gonna need lots of this. Stop! So F9 or F9 or Fast Saga 9 or however the F you want to pronounce the title to this stupid frickin' movie. And yeah, I'm just gonna come off the bat and say this. This movie's freaking stupid. Oh my god. Now, before we even start talking about this stupid frickin' movie, this is just gonna be a rant. I'm just gonna say it right now. But before I start, I'm in my bedroom because usually I film this in my living room. The living room only has those colorful lights that you sometimes see in my reviews. It doesn't have real lights because I don't need real lights. Because all I do is watch movies in there. So I don't need them. So I came in my bedroom so that you can see how freaking exhausted I am after watching this stupid freaking movie. I look like I'm 90 years old. My god, is this movie dumb. And not the good kind of dumb like 5, 6, and 7 was. I'm talking dumb. Dumb. So F9 is directed by Justin Lin. He's the director of the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th Fast and Furious movie. And it once again stars Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, and Ludacris, and Tyrese Gibson, and who frickin' cares at this point? It also stars John Cena too. He's in it. What's wrong with the frickin' world? I can't talk about this movie without just spoiling the hell out of it. So, if you didn't want a spoiler review, you just got the non-spoiler. This movie sucks. And I'll try to give a little more non-spoilery thoughts, but the whole Dom has a brother thing is stupid. It just causes over an hour of flashbacks. I kid you not. Half of this movie is flashbacks because of a stupid, convoluted writing choice that we decided to put in. Fans wanted John Cena in the freaking Fast 9 movie, so what do? Oh, well, we're gonna write this stupid, convoluted plot point of Dom having a brother that we never freaking heard about for 8 goddamn movies, but now he's in this one. So let's just write it in and do freaking convoluted flashbacks. Stupid. Han is back after dying in 6, which is explained in convoluted flashbacks. And then he literally basically does nothing for the rest of the movie. There is no point in Han being brought back to life except for fans wanting justice for Han. And his character does nothing in the movie, really, at the end of the day. The only reason why he's in there is because fans were stupid and decided to put hashtag justice for Han. So they're like, hey, let's just write Han back in there because the fans say we should. And he's in the movie. He does nothing though. There's no reason for it except this franchise just feels absolutely empty and soulless. Because he died in 6, well, he could just be brought back with some stupid, convoluted plot point. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. And it's unneeded. If you've watched the trailer, the last trailer to this, first of all the trailers spoil every action set piece in this movie. Half of this movie is just mellow drama BS, and it's stupid. The other half hour, 45 minutes of it is the Fast and Furious stuff that actually wasn't that bad. Except for at the end of the trailer of the last trailer, we get a tease that they might go into space. And fans have been saying forever, there's nothing Fast and Furious can do except go to space at this point. So what do? They wrote it in the frickin' movie. It's not much of a spoiler. I'm sorry that I kind of semi-spoiled it. But, yeah, they go to frickin' space. And there's no frickin' point to it, really, at the end of the day. It's stupid. Okay, that's about as non-spoiler as I can go. I'm just gonna start spoiling the hell out of this now. So the beginning opens with a flashback that I didn't hate. The origin of how Dom's father died that was fine. That was such a big moment in Fast 1. Dom has talked about his father so many different times in the franchise. It was fine. Then we get into a Fast and Furious car chase when they're in wherever the hell they're at, chasing after Dom's brother, which was fine. And then after that, an hour into the movie, we get into flashbacks, because we have to explain Dom's brother, and these flashbacks go on forever, and we literally have to explain everything that came up in Fast 1. The man Dom beat in the face and went to prison for. Dom going to prison. In the end, guys, before I start spoiling the hell out of this stupid piece of crap, I'm going to give this movie a 3 out of 10. So freaking unnecessary. We've heard the story in the first one. We don't need to see it 8 movies later. Why? And then Han comes back. His flashback is so stupid of how he actually survived. Mr. Nobody was behind the scenes the entire time. He worked with Giselle, which, by the way, Giselle's gonna pop up in this last one. I can just feel it. I just watched Fast 6 the other night, and she literally has a teeny tiny fall off the airplane. If Dom can survive a fiery inflamo car thingamablinger crash that he does at the end of the 6th one, Giselle can frickin' survive that too. It's utter BS. This franchise is nothing. It's stupid and soulless at this point. During the section of this movie where there's all a bunch of flashbacks, I started thinking, why is the 7th one the last one I like besides Hobbs and Shaw? And I realized it's because this franchise is essentially, the main characters are 2 buddies. The first Fast and Furious was Dom and Brian. The second one was Brian and Teresa's character. I don't frickin' know. Roman, thank you. Roman? I don't care. I don't care. The third one was Han and Sean. The 4th one, Brian and Dom. 5th one, Brian and Dom. 6th one, Brian and Dom. 7th one, Brian and Dom. 8th one, Dom. Fast 9, Dom. I stopped liking Fast and Furious after Fast 7 because Paul Walker tragically died. And the thing is, this franchise was him with Vin Diesel. It wasn't just the Vin Diesel show. Fast 8 was about Dom's dark side, and it was stupid. It was convoluted and stupid, and it didn't make any sense, first of all. Going into Fast 8 quick, because I have to rant some more about Fast 8. Dom has a child that he had with Elena back in 2013's Fast 6. 2017's Furious 7. Brian's child, who was born in Fast 6, is now like 4 or 5 years old. And now, in Fast 8, his child that he had with Elena in 2013's Fast 6, when Brian had a child, is still a baby. So Brian's child in Fast 8 had to be 8 or 9. 8? Well, maybe not 8. Maybe like, even, let's just say 4 or 5. But Dom's kid, new Brian, is still a baby. How does that work? And then, in this one, we're getting more convoluted BS crap like this. And all involving Dom, once again. I think the problem with this franchise now is Vin Diesel. Because Hobbs and Shaw was actually good, and Vin Diesel wasn't a part of it. People are actually liking this movie, so I shouldn't say that. To me, though, it's just a bunch of garbage. Dominic, I realized, is not an interesting character. After Fate of the Furious and F9, Dominic has no emotion, no character. He's just a guy who stands there looking like a tough, emotionless idiot. And occasionally smiles. And Paul Walker, when he was in these movies as Brian O'Connor, he had so much charisma. I realized Paul Walker was the heart and soul of the Fast and Furious franchise, in my opinion. This movie sucks because it's all about Dom. And Dom is not an interesting character. He needs someone like Brian by his side, actually smiling. Because all Vin Diesel does in this entire movie is... And it's getting old. I think we are getting Fast 10 next year, I believe. And then it's supposed to be done. I hope like hell that is the truth. Because this franchise is stupid. And it is lifeless and soulless. And you can tell they are running out of things to do. So they're listening to the fans. This movie reminded me a bit of Rise of Skywalker. Which I know, again, some people liked. I found Rise of Skywalker absolutely awful. It's an awful Star Wars movie. And I think the appropriate title for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker should be Star Wars The Rise of Fandom, because the fans chose what were happening. They wanted Palpatine back. Guess who shows up back? Palpatine. They wanted Rey and Kylo to kiss. So what do? We get a random, nothing kiss from Rey and Kylo. Did it have a point? Nope, but it pleased some of the fans. Just because the fans think something's good doesn't mean it's actually a good creative choice. It can just mean that fans don't know how to write. And people should stop writing something because fans want it. It doesn't make sense to me, and I think that's what happened with this movie. They wanted Han back. Han's back for no apparent reason. They wanted John Cena in this franchise because The Rock can't hang out with Vin Diesel, probably because he's an arrogant, stuck-up piece of crap. Because look what he's doing with the franchise. He's making it all about him. And I, for one, don't frickin' care anymore. This movie has officially made me just hate Vin Diesel as an actor. I can't stand him anymore. Because it's this kind of crap that we've heard about behind the scenes is going on that people are refusing to believe. But I think it's 100% true. I think Vin Diesel's just a piece of garbage and thinks he's number one, and he's not. Because he's just... Ugh. Yeah. I am so freaking done with this franchise. To the point that I don't even know if I want to see a Hobbs and Shaw 2 anymore. And I enjoyed Hobbs and Shaw. I just want this franchise to die. Because for me, it actually did die after Furious 7. Furious 7 was actually a great send-off, not only to Paul Walker and Brian, but to the entire franchise. Which, let's quickly bring up that freaking last scene of the goddamn movie. Brian just shows up at the end. Can we just not? And every time, and that's really why I started thinking about this whole Dom and Brian's chemistry and why I thought the first 7 Fast and Furious movies were actually good. It's because every time they mention Brian in this movie, I was going, huh, yeah, I do miss Brian. You know, this scene would have been so much better if Brian was in it. But we can't, and that does suck. And I wish he was alive to be in this movie, and that they could have finished up the Fast saga all the way up to 10. But he's not. So let's stop pretending he is, and stop pretending that we can keep this franchise going with Vin Diesel, because we can't. At this point, this is just stupid. It's dumb, it's melodramatic BS that no one cares about. I know there's people that are actually enjoying this movie, and I just can't do it. I never want to watch this movie again. It is such garbage, in my opinion. I personally think this is the worst movie in the Fast franchise. I can never see myself rewatching this ever again. This movie is just not fun. The first 30 minutes are fun. Then we get into over an hour of melodramatic BS. And then we get some fun scenes at the end that by that point I didn't care about. Because we went through melodramatic BS. And I'm just sick of it. I want nothing to do with this franchise anymore. And I just want it to end. But tell me your thoughts. Maybe if you are one of the people that do think this franchise is still good and like this movie, please tell me why I'm wrong down below. Because, oh my god, my head hurts. I'm going to go to bed. I'm so tired. So good night.